We have the technology to create beautiful, nutrient-dense food at scale that's as healthy for you as it is for the planet too.
Richard Branson's favorite is the jerky, but I think this is my favorite.
Beyond Meat, which we've done a lot of comparing, was running at negative margins for its first 3 years of business. So we're pretty stoked to be launching at 10% in retail and 30% direct to consumer.
Akua and Nori, you are both going on to the semifinals.
I started learning more about the impacts of our broken food systems, and I was invited to visit my first kelp farm. I took a bite, and from that moment, I've been totally hooked on building a consumer market for sustainable sea green. It's nutritious, delicious, regenerative, and now Tim Draper approved.
I want a burger and ice cream. Let's bring them both into the finals.
Yay! To hear recently that we made it to the finals, it's just awesome. We're so excited to be here.
So Courtney, welcome back to the show. Tell us about what kind of progress you've made and where we can expect our next kelp burger to come from.
For sure, Tim. It's so great to be back. Since we spoke last quarter, we've designed this beautiful packaging for our retail launch. As of early April, we've raised nearly $700,000 on Republic, making us one of the highest funded food companies on the platform. In the meantime, we've launched in 6 new restaurants across the country, and direct-to-consumer sales of our secret kelp burger that's not even available on our website have somehow doubled month over month through word of mouth, surpassing all of our other product sales as we sprint towards our official launch in May. I'm zooming in today from our new manufacturing facility, where we were overseeing our first scaled production run of 10,000 kelp burgers in one day. Since we last spoke, we've partnered with a food science team, as well as one of the nation's largest food distributors. This is without a doubt going to be the summer of the kelp burger, and we'd love to do it off the back of a major Team Draper win. So, are you ready to dive in?
That was great. So tell me, the burgers, how much do they cost you, and how does that compare with the cost of what McDonald's pays for a burger?
I don't think anyone can get as cheap as a McDonald's burger, but I think with cheap food, we've seen a lot of things get really messed up in our world. We're actually negotiating our prices with our new manufacturer today, which is why I'm here. But we are hoping to get down to total all-in COGS of around $1 a patty. Our goal is to sell it to the consumer between $3 and $4.
And the cost is no more than meat?
It sounds like it's pretty close.
You have to understand that a lot of the meat industry is subsidized by government funding. Kelp hasn't gotten there yet, so we're in a little bit of an unfair playing field.
But don't spend any of your time trying to lobby the government to change their ways. That'll be years.
That's my job after I sell the company.
So is that your intention, to eventually sell the company?
Yep. I think that it is our goal to make returns for all of our investors.
You seem like a wonderful entrepreneur and exactly the kind that we would like it back. The energy comes through and so on. Who else is on your team?
So we're really lean, but we have like stacked group of advisors. So it's my co-founder, Matt, who's downstairs right now. Matt is all finance ops, but he, is one of the most hardworking people I've ever met.
How many people do you now have on the team?
We're a 3-person team right now.
Wow, you've come a long way.
Can you share any revenues with us?
Yeah, we're doing around $50K a month right now.
Great, amazing.
The burger is becoming an increasing part of that. It's doubling every month. It's surpassed our jerky in January. At our launch, which is going to be May, when we have this beautiful packaging ready to go, we'll probably easily hit that 80K mark in sales and grow up from there. So that's kind of that golden $1 million run rate, when we start talking to big investors and VC funds around our first price round later this year.
Has COVID thrown you any curveballs?
Being in the direct-to-consumer food industry, we've been one of the luckiest industries to come out of this, not just unscathed, but also we've grown from it. The entire frozen food industry in moving more of the business to e-commerce has been something that's been really amazing. Without COVID, we wouldn't be able to do that. And I think it's accelerated the growth of that by at least a few years.
Thanks for coming on Meet the Drapers. We love having you. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
All right.
My first favorites were the first two, Akua and Green. Those two were first two.
So I have to agree with Polly. I think Akua is definitely my favorite entrepreneur that we've seen.
Dad, what grabbed you the most?
Akua. I think I'd go with that one.
And our second place from the crystal ball. It's Akua. $300,000 to Akua.